Going to be there this evening. I've decided to do a screen recording of my blog. Just before I start, I'd just like to sort of talk about the benefits of blogging. I've started it recently with the children. I actually found the idea on Twitter from a chap called David Mitchell, which if you're not on Twitter, might be a good idea to get on there and start following these sorts of people, because I've had loads of ideas off Twitter, and all the ideas have benefited the children. So it's a great place to start. So I saw blogging on Twitter and I thought, well, I'd like to try that for myself, and I have my own blog, but I also thought I'd like to try it with the children. And it's a great way of showcasing their work. It's online for everybody to see. Importantly, parents can see it, governors can see it, other teachers can see it, and obviously the public can see it as well. I actually use Twitter to publicise the things that we've done and ask people to comment, and then people actually come onto the blog and they comment about what the children have been doing. They'll do 2 stars and a wish, they'll give positive and constructive feedback for the children, and the children actually then have to come back and make changes that people have suggested, which they really enjoy. And we've had comments from people from South Korea and New Zealand and Australia, and we've got one chap who deserves a mention really, Ross Mannell his name is, who comments on nearly all our blog posts and other things that we do. So the children love that, and then that links into the fact that they're working on audience, they're working on purpose for writing, and one of the main areas that I found is that it engages the children. I had an argument, well, not an argument, but the children in class really didn't want to summarise chapters of our literacy book, which you can see on the menu there under newbie pages is Oranges in No Man's Land. But then when it actually came to writing a blog about the chapters, the children were arguing over who could do it. So already, it improved children's engagement, and they sort of fell in love with blogging pretty much straight away. So I just wanted to quickly show you what some of the stuff the children have been doing and ways that you could use blogging. I won't show you how to set it up, etc., but again, that's relatively straightforward. I use the site called Primary Blogger, which is unblocked in Wrexham. It's a fantastic way of using it because you can use it in the classroom. It's geared for primary school children. It's very easy to set up, so you're not spending forever trying to work out how to use it, and you can get going pretty much straight away. So this is our welcome page, and as you can see, in a short space of time we were on there. We actually got nominated. We had enough votes to get nominated for the Education Awards. We had only just started out, so we weren't expecting to win it at all, but it was very nice for the children to get that. And this is basically where people come to when they first open our blog or put in the address to get to our blog. So then they come here and you've got the newbie pages on the right hand side, and I'll just go through some of the quick things they've been doing. The main one we started was Oranges in No Man's Land, which is, if you've heard of something called Literacy Evolve, it's an English scheme of work, which is fantastic actually. Another thing you might want to look at. And this is the book that we were studying, Oranges in No Man's Land, and we've actually did chapter summaries up to chapter 11 of the book. So as you can see there's lots of writing from the children. There's a tagxedo that we've used, which is actually the words from a chapter put in, and the children have shaped it. They really enjoyed doing that one. This lent itself to working with children quite closely. So I sat down with the children after they'd done their summary and we looked at it together, and we helped them look at the fact that it was going to be going online and they needed to have it suitable for everybody to read and people to look at it and make comments on it. So it had to be well written. They had to make changes to it before we put it on. But also they had to bear in mind that it had to still be their work, so we didn't make everything perfect. So there are still errors in there. And also, time doesn't always allow you to sit with the children and make every single change that there is. So as you can see there, this is chapter 1, and then we've had 7 comments there from people on Twitter that I've asked to comment. Some of you may see yourselves on there. There's Mel, comment from Mel. Thanks, Mel. There's John Putt there, the head of Holywell High School. Karen Jones. Lots of people commented. One of the little girls in school commented on it. And the children love reading those comments, and it gives them a little bit, it's almost like their 5 minutes of fame really. So that was the chapter summaries, and again that really worked because children so got into the book, they really enjoyed it. They ended up knowing the book inside out because they'd done these summaries and they were dying to come and do them, and that was fantastic. Another thing we did was poems for players, where we created acrostic poems for 4 footballers: Nani, Ronaldo, Rooney and Ferdinand. The children did those, they entered a competition, and the winning poems went on here, and then I went on Twitter trying to get the footballers to comment on their poems. As you can see, we had a lot of comments from other people. We didn't actually get a comment from any of the players, but we did get Wayne Rooney, who retweeted the message that I sent him, so he'd obviously read it, so that was enough for the children. And you can actually see that if I drag that out of the way, you can actually see somewhere here I've kept it. There you go. With the children, I'll double click on that one. Where the children have actually seen this, and they've seen my message from Twitter being retweeted, and you can see it there by Wayne Rooney. So that was fantastic. The children loved that. So to go back to the blog, there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it. We've done poetry. We did a competition called the Sandwich, where children were studying a space project. They had to make a space-themed sandwich, and then they went to Asda and bought their ingredients, and then came on the blog and posted pictures of the winning ones with the description of the ingredients. And then you can't see it now because it's closed, but I put a vote on here using Poll Daddy. If you ever wanted to use a poll on a blog, Poll Daddy's a fantastic way. And we had over 240 votes for the sandwich, and this was actually the winning one here. The children loved doing that, and again, they love to see their work online. It was fantastic. The one we're doing at the moment is The Apprentice, where children are designing in groups their own cereal. So soon enough here we're going to have their adverts that they've made on iMovie about their cereal and their new cereal type, and again it'll be asking people to vote on which one they think is the best. So in my opinion, the blog's fantastic because it's not about ICT really, it's about the children's work. It's about their literacy, it's about their DT, it is about their ICT work that they do, their communication, they're thinking about audience and purpose. They get comments, they do 2 stars and a wish, they've got all the effective learning strategies in there. It's a fantastic way of engaging the children. So if you haven't got into blogging yet, I would definitely recommend it. It's really raised my children's level of achievement and their enthusiasm and their engagement in their work. And again, it's a lovely way to engage parents as well, so that they can see what their children have been up to. So I hope that's some sort of help to you. Blogging, and I use primaryblogger.co.uk. Thanks very much.